Welcome to the Quiet Impact Podcast. And this is where we nurture, inspire, equip, educate, and empower introverted leaders and business owners just like you who are making waves quietly and with impact. And today I want to share with you some tips and tricks on public speaking. Now, public speaking may look different than standing on a huge stage in front of thousands. It can also be between you and that video camera. And I'll share some strategies with that as well. And at the end of this episode, I would love to hear some of your takeaways and some things that you've tried in your journey to be a better speaker. Let's jump in, shall we? We shall. Welcome to the Quiet Impact Podcast, where we nurture the journey of introverts who desire to achieve greater levels of influence, income, and impact. The go-to podcast for introvert achievers just like you, seeking purpose-driven growth. I am your host, Stephanie Oden. Have you ever desired to have a mentor whisper success secrets into your ear? One with firsthand experience as a six-figure corporate leader, expertise in entrepreneurship, and is an introvert? Tune into each episode where we will provide valuable insights into how introverts can effectively navigate life with full-time jobs, pursue career success, and delve into entrepreneurship. We will explore various business and career topics related to self-discovery, achieving success, and finding joy in the journey. My guest and I share real-life experiences, strategies, tools, and resources that will encourage personal and professional growth, self-empowerment, and living an authentic, purposeful life. Let's get into today's episode. Welcome to the Quiet Impact Podcast. We are not shy, timid, or needing to be fixed. We are an introvert, and that is our superpower. Introverted AFF. Absolutely fabulous and feisty. And today I want to spend time talking about more of the practical aspects of being a leader, being an entrepreneur, being a CEO. You will have to talk to people. You will want to hone your presentation skills. And it's one of the things that I've helped a lot of my coaching clients get better at. And if I were to give you like one takeaway with all of this, before I even jump in, it would be know who you are. Be who you are. Because being somebody else, especially when you're speaking, it's not going to end well for you. I can mic drop right there. But know who you are. And I'm going to give you some other practical tips too. These will just be, the icing on the cake. Make sure that you go to my website, get your copy of the Success Pillars for Quiet Achievers. It's a resource I created to help you to get to the next level of your personal development journey. So go ahead and get that. Let's talk about some things. One of them is when you look out in the audience and you scan the audience, you could pick a person to look at, hold it there for a little while, pick another person, hold it, pick another person and hold it. Don't stare them down like a death stare, but it's just acknowledging, and you do make eye contact with that person and you hold it there. Like even now my eyes just went to, I did the thing, right? My eyes went as if I'm scanning the audience, and it allows you to make a connection and it takes some of the nerves away. Another thing that you can do is to program into your talk a pause, especially if you have a key point that you made and you really want it to land. You want to give it time to land. And so you hold it there for maybe 2-3 seconds. And you allow it to land. What that also does for you is it allows you to do a little mini reset. One that I like and learned this many years ago when I did experiential training and a speaking course was palm open. When you go to the audience and you're palm open, that means that you're more trustworthy. Like I'm leaning into you, like really leaning into you. That's a tip. Now, if you want to repel the audience and have them stay away, just cross your arms. You're not wanting to have any friends if you do that. Notice the pointing, and you may notice it from the airlines. If you fly, they would do the two instead of the one point. Typically, the one finger point is more confrontational. And so that's something you want to be aware of when you're talking and you're doing gestures. You want your gestures to be intentional. Give your audience points, right? 3 points. I'm going to share with you 3 points on XYZ. We like points and frameworks and numbers because we look for patterns that will allow you to be more engaging and connecting with your audience because they're leaning in. It depends on the environment. If I'm doing a live talk, there's times when I will ask them to repeat back to me, okay, what point is this again? As a reminder to bring in some conversational engagement. And that's why I do that. On a video, it doesn't make sense for you to lean in and say, okay, what point was that? Because it's going to look weird. But you can reiterate, I want to remind you point one was this, and then I talked about this, and then I talked about that. Make sure you're taking notes. A Zoom is another way of a presentation. In a Zoom, you can ask for feedback like that within the chat, and that is perfectly okay. If you get super nervous and you don't want to look at people, look right above their head. Place anchor points with different things around the room. So that will allow you to still be present. But if you get nervous looking at people, that will also help you to not be as nervous. Remember to breathe before you start, before you go on. Make sure you breathe. Just take 90 seconds and do that calming inhale 4, hold 4, release 4, or inhale 4, hold 4, release 8, whichever one. And do it slow. Don't do the hyperventilating thing. Okay, here's 4. Like no, that is not helping you. I love the power position pose, a Wonder Woman. If you know what the Wonder Woman pose is, you're squared and you're solid, feet shoulder width apart. You got your hands relaxed at your sides, on your hips. It projects a confidence, and something happens in your body when you do this that it does give you more confidence. I don't know why it works, but it works. Definitely try it. Use stories. And this is something that I'm working on with my coach, is being able to tell more stories that help communicate better than me just sharing things. And the audience engage with stories, but you want them short. You don't want them to drag on. And I tend to drag on. And my coach got on me about that, but we're working on it. So tell stories. They bring you in and they allow you to connect. And the best key to telling a story is allow the person to see themselves in the story. I do a signature talk, and part of the signature talk is telling some of the story. I give some content and then I circle it back around. What you want to do if you're doing a format like that is you want to be able to have enough of a hook so that as you give them the content and it weaves together, that when you get to the end, they're almost on the edge of their seat because they're trying to think, okay, well, where's that story Stephanie was telling me? Where's it going to end? I have to stay to hear the rest of the story. This one is called the 3-part, and one works for videos as well. A hook with a question, share a story, share your message. A hook with a question, share a story, share your message. Practice your opening more than you practice anything else, especially if it's a live talk or Zoom or an interview or a split level up conversation. Practice that more than you practice all the other things, because within 30 seconds, they've already made a determination as to whether or not they're going to lean in and listen to you. Which of these would I apply to videos? Well, definitely the hook with a question, share a story, share a promise. I definitely would share that in a video, a short form video format, because that's easy to do. One of the things that I've seen that I would encourage you not to do is you get on a video and then you think you wait. Okay, I'm gonna wait till a few more people get on. Decide when you're gonna go on. Decide the message you're going to share, and share the message. When they go back and they listen to the replay, they'll be like, "Why is she waiting? Why didn't she just jump in?" I want to know in the comments your experience when it comes to public speaking. Is this something that is hard for you? Like when you think about public speaking, what comes up for you? Thank you for joining me today, and I appreciate you tuning in. That's it for this episode of the Quiet Impact Podcast. Thank you for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. Let me know any insights that you had from this episode. I would love to hear your takeaways. Remember to head to my website, grab a copy of the Success Pillars for Quiet Achievers. It's a resource I created for you. And join us next week. Thank you for watching, listening, and subscribing. See you next time.